And I need Paul Watson and Kurt Nimmo, our great writers, Steve Watson, Aaron Dykes, to all write articles about this hypocrisy from their own perspective. And this is done worldwide in the phony drug war. And none of us are safe until we expose this. None of you are safe. For the suspicion of one marijuana cigarette, they will take your children, they will kill your dogs, and they think it's funny. Okay, this is total evil. Remember, they ship the drugs in, and then they do this. Here it is. Think about it. The troops are over in Afghanistan growing the opium. They're going to come back. Most of them are going to end up being SWAT team people and cops, and then they're going to raid your house for a gram of marijuana. You think about that. 80+% of the American people smoke marijuana or have smoked it. Most cops have smoked it, but they don't care. They're going to come in your house, kill your dogs in front of your little kids. They're going to drag you off to jail for a gram of marijuana. That's less than a joint. This is completely disgusting and sickening. So you've seen the video of the kids, the dogs bleeding to death in pain. You've seen the cops with their smug looks of enjoyment whenever the father is crying. And you've seen the newscast where Fox News is explaining to you, we've got to help grow the opium. We've got to let them do this to fight al-Qaeda. It is a sickening fraud. And look, they were denying this years ago. But now because it's so out in the open and the troops are writing home and speaking out about why are we growing the opium, they're just hiding it in plain view. We help grow the opium. We let them ship it out. And then if we catch you with it, we're going to kill your dogs and come in your house. And if we catch you with marijuana, we're going to do it. Because we're fighting drugs, because drugs are bad. It's all these fake moral people in America who are supporting the drug war like a bunch of ignoramuses who are allowing this giant police state to grow up around them that is going to enslave them and their families. Understand. The troops throwing puppies off cliffs, the troops shooting children, the troops torturing people, they're having their minds warped. And they're coming back to become cops who have that hunger to see that pain and to have that domination and to have that control going after drugs that were shipped in by the government. But why do they hate marijuana so much? The government doesn't control marijuana. It can be grown anywhere. And that's why they're doing it. That's why they're coming against the American people. This isn't America. This isn't freedom. It is a fraud. Remember that. The government openly ships the drugs in now. They hide it in plain view and admit they're doing it, and they think you're too stupid to put two and two together. In the New York Times and AP and everywhere, the Russians said, let us go in and spray the opium. We're losing 30,000 Russians a year from heroin overdoses. And NATO said no. We're not going to allow eradication. U.S. troops are now basically farmers. They're helping grow the opium, protecting it, and then it's shipped out of the country. And it's come out that a lot of the big defense contractors and private mercenary groups are busy flying the drugs out. And they're also using rendition CIA aircraft for kidnapped people in the U.S. and worldwide they grab to also fly the drugs in and out. That's like a few years ago, Reuters reported that a CIA aircraft filled with pure cocaine coming from the source crashed in Mexico. And now that's not enough. This big police state's hungry for the American people. They're trying to pass laws where no judge, no jury, no charges. They just put you on a no-fly list. You can't buy guns. Now they've got bills introduced where Lieberman's out there promoting and has a good chance of passing that if they say they think you might be a terrorist, your constitutional rights are stripped, your citizenship is stripped, and you're given to a secret military team and can be tortured. This is an illegitimate criminal narcotics trafficking government. Stop shipping the drugs in, government, and stop using it as a pretext to pack your private prisons and raid people's houses while the cops get stinking rich off all the drug money and drugs they steal. Our government is a drug-dealing criminal operation. We have to take it back. We have to decriminalize drugs right now to cut off the drug money to the scumbag banks that launder it.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen, and we're very honored to have Gerald Celente, one of the top trends forecasters on the globe, with us for the next hour. He normally only can join us once a month because he's so busy doing international television and print interviews, but he's come back just after 2 weeks from the last visit because his prediction about Pakistani terror has come true. His prediction about massive riots intensifying that he made 2 years ago about Greece is now unfolding. His prediction about the plunging stock market is now unfolding. And another gentleman who's been right on target, Bob Chapman of the International Forecaster, he's joining us in 1 hour as well. Now, in the first hour, I did not get into what I believe went on yesterday, mainly because I'm still studying it. But I do agree with CNBC. Headline, that is ridiculous. This really sounds like market manipulation to me. 9 stocks simultaneously went down. This was not some fat finger. We know the plunge protection team manipulates the market. Now, was this Europe plunging and their markets being closed triggering this? Or was this insider trading, which we know the major trade commission, the groups that are over the stock exchanges, I mean, Madoff founded the NASDAQ. We know they're constantly involved in stuff like this, but they're getting really bold now if this is a premeditated fraud. We know they jacked the market back up almost 1,000 points in just minutes. That's never happened. It's never dropped 1,000 or been jacked up this fast. So we know there's manipulation. We know the story about fat fingers is a cover. But I don't know specifically yet exactly what happened. We know it's staged. We just don't know specifically why. We'll see if Gerald Celente and Bob Chapman do. Gerald Celente, good to have you here with us.
Hey, thanks.
Joining us via video Skype from New York State. Let's talk about what just happened with the stock market, then we'll get into Greece.
Well, it's the crash of 2010, as we had forecast at the beginning of this year. And what's happening is the stimulus money is running out worldwide, and any time that there's a trigger like Greece or something else, the market is going to decline. As you well pointed out, we know it's a rigged game. How it was rigged and who rigged it, well, that we'll never really get to the bottom of it. We never know the truth of those things. But I do believe that the market is unraveling. And what they did do yesterday is they came in and pulled out all the stops to jack it back up from not crashing. And they're going to do it for a number of days, and they're doing it globally. There's no stopping the meltdown. The markets collapsed, Alex, in March of 2009. What they did was they pumped them up with all of the stimulus money. It's as simple as that. It's all of Europe, the United States, the UK, India, China with its free lending policies and stimulus, Japan, South Korea. It's worldwide. Now it's running out. Just as we're seeing these phony unemployment numbers coming out, they're only juiced up by the stimulus money. When the stimulus runs out, the markets crash. The markets are now crashing now. So here's the game. The insider trading starts happening. The big guys start pulling it out because they know what's coming next. They jack it back up, and then they get the shills out there to say, listen, this is a good buying opportunity. The market is only going through a correction. We have a lot of fundamental strength in the economy, and they sucker the people back in. So anyone that thinks that this is going to be a market that's going to grow in strength deserves what they get.
All right, Gerald.
Current events form future trends. Look at gold prices. How much are they up right now, Alex?
They're up a lot. They're up 40-something bucks in the last 2 days. Gerald Celente, stay there. We're going to come right back to you after this break. I want you to recap and start over and go through your full prospectus of Meltdown 2010 that you've been predicting for the last year and a half. Gerald Celente is our guest. Bob Chapman coming up as we cover every facet and angle of the situation.
In March, Alex Jones announced that eFoods Direct was putting together a high-volume, pre-production order of the new Quick Fix meals. By waiting for production and shipping of their orders, families were able to receive one free item for every 3 that they bought. Since the final shutdown of this buy 3, get 1 free program, we've had a lot of folks calling, disappointed that they missed the order deadline. Listen carefully. Starting immediately, eFoodsDirect.com will take pre-production orders for a buy 3, get 1 free program for 1 week ending May 14th at midnight. You will receive 1 free item for every 3 that you order of the selected products. These orders will begin shipping the first week of June. To order on the web, eFoodsDirect.com/Alex or call 800-409-5633. That's eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. 800-409